We were talking before the break about the comment that you made last week in conversation with our colleague Tom Keane and to Francine Lacqua as well, that if Marine Le Pen or Jean-Luc Mélenchon were to be elected president of France, we'd be standing here on a mound of sand. What does the firmament look like to you today? Mohamed, it's David. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, sorry,
David.
Just to reiterate there, I know that you said it would be like standing on a mound of sand if Marine Le Pen or Jean-Luc Mélenchon were to win the presidency. What does the terrain look like to you today with the results that we've gotten thus far?
It looks much better in the sense that the market got the outcome that it attributed the highest single probability to. And because you've eliminated uncertainty, we should expect, in addition, a market relief. Now, there are some longer-term issues that are going to play out beyond tomorrow and even beyond the second round. But the market has avoided what could have been a very destabilizing outcome.
What have we learned here in these last few months about the way that campaign rhetoric is translated into action once a person is elected to office? I think of all that President Trump said and promised when he was a candidate. Listening to these two leading candidates tonight, to Marine Le Pen, to Emmanuel Macron, what does the market assign to that when it comes to realism about the policies that they're putting forward?
I think the market realizes that incoming politicians, especially anti-establishment politicians that do not have mainstream support, come in hoping to change the world. Instead, the world tends to change them. And markets have seen that play out even starting as early as the Syriza party in Greece. Now, you have an interesting contrast for the second round because you have both candidates are promising change, but Macron's promising change within the existing structure, whereas Madame Le Pen is promising a change of the structure.
Mohamed, thank you for joining us. It's Francine in Paris. Give me a sense of whether you think we're now jumping at shadows. So you say, a lot of these populists, it's the world changing them instead of them changing the world. But Macron, at the same time, is an unknown. So did people want change? They just happened to vote for someone moderate who came out of nowhere?
Yeah, I think the fact that neither mainstream party had a particularly good showing in the first round confirms that people are generally unsettled, they want change, and they're willing to give the benefit of the doubt to new actors. Now, Macron is going to face the reality that he's got a parliamentary election in June, that he is leader of a movement, not of a party, so there's going to have to be some cohabitation figured out pretty quickly if he is to, in fact, implement the changes that he's promising.
Mohamed, let me pull up a chart here on the Bloomberg. Doesn't do you any favors there being on the phone, and I'll describe it for those of us who are listening on Bloomberg Radio. It's #BTV5578. Looking at periphery spreads here, and the one I'm most interested in is that spread between French government bonds and German government bonds. That's the yellow line for those watching on television. For those listening on the radio, it is the highest, approaching 200 there. Let me ask you to what degree you're looking ahead here to the next election in Germany. In other words, looking past the second round here to the elections in Germany in a couple of months' time.
You are to a certain extent. I would expect that spread to come down when the market opens tomorrow. But you're looking forward not just to Germany, you're looking forward also to Italy. So don't look for that spread to be eliminated. It is going to come down. There's still the possibility that not the probability, but the possibility that Le Pen could prevail in 2 weeks' time. It's a possibility, it's not a probability. So that's got to be priced in. And then people are going to look forward and say, okay, even if Macron prevails, there's still challenges in Italy. There's still a German election. So don't expect that spread to be substantially eliminated, but it will narrow.